Yeah.
So we are going to move on to part 2 of the backstory phase, which is creating connections.
Ooh.
So along with our major character, each of us will be playing a supporting character called the connection. You'll be playing one each, and as the facilitator, I'll be playing the remaining connections. Connections are supporting characters that hold tremendous influence over the lives of the major characters. So we may love them, we may hate them, but we can't deny their impact on our lives. And connections have 2 main purposes. So their primary purpose is to complicate the lives of the major characters and make stuff hard for them. And their secondary purpose is to be a tool in the characters' plots and schemes. Connections really exist to serve the story. So we don't need to hear for them if there's no need for them in the story, but they can also come into the story and make things hard and create trouble for the major characters, which is lots of fun. Firstly, you will all need a connection sheet. Depending on the length of the game, there can be some adjustments to the number of connections that we create. In short games, you create fewer connections, but there's a table in the book that describes that. But since we are setting up for a 4-cycle game, we'll be creating the full number of connections, which is 2 connections now, plus a spare that we can create during the game at any time if we want to. If it's like, oh, I need a disinherited brother.
Or the wine merchant suddenly gains importance in our circles.
Yes.
So the way we're going to create connections is we're going to use the connection cards. So the first thing is that, Sam, you have a mandatory connection, which is your parent. And so that will take up one of your spots.
Sure.
Because you are forced to create that connection, sort of the compensation for that is that you get free reign of what card you want to use. So you can go ahead and pick your mother.
Alright, look.
Done.
Oh, what a good choice.
What a mother.
Like, I think she's a duchess.
The next thing we're going to do is draw connection cards randomly from the deck. And the number of cards that we draw is equal to the number of connections we're going to be creating plus 2.
Okay.
And that isn't reduced for the mandatory connection, so we're all going to get 4 cards.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, a military man.
Then, what we are going to do is pair these cards we've got with the connection options on our sheet. For example, the medal sheet has got parent, child, sibling, estranged sibling, distant cousin, and I've got these cards in front of me. So I'm thinking, for example, I've got card number 38A, who's Christine, and I think that I'm going to have Christine be my sibling, because siblings are fun. So I've taken Christine's connection card. There's 2 sides on the card. I can pick which one suits me. I think I'll take the Good Samaritan side, which is side A. And so I get my connection sheet. So relationship is her relationship with me. We're siblings. Her age, I'm going to say she is my older sibling, so she is 30. The opinion section is for her opinion of me. And I think her opinion of me is Thomas is a disgrace. And then there's a section below that where I could put extra notes if I needed to.
When it says played by.
Leave that blank for now,
Okay.
because that's where we'll put it in there once we've picked which of each other's connections.
And
we
the
want to
little
play.
circle with RT in the top right?
That's for storage between games of how many resolve tokens that connection has. So say they finish a session with 2, you put a 2 there.
And we'll talk about what
then
those
you
do
get
later.
that back with-
I've made 2 connections. The first is my father, Edwin Thorne. They are a devoted father, an army colonel, and my father, when he's drinking his wine in an active duty, thinks, Grace, she's just the best of them all. The other character I've made is Anna Croft, she, her. So Anna is my commanding officer. She loves the fact that that I buy her drinks, but she actually thinks that Grace is too competent and therefore a threat to her position. They're so great.
So now you will both select one of these connections. Obviously, you can't pick your own that you wish to play during the game. And then I will
I already know. I want to play
connections.
Mortimer.
I don't want to focus too much on you, so I might try the vicar.
Everyone else will be played by me. now we've selected which connections we want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Each connection gets 2 resolve tokens.
These guys all have 2.
These guys all have 2, so